Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moonride, where we're channeling the man moon. Today, I'm going to look at a couple of topics. One of them is these are actually from Lena Rodriguez. She inspired me to ask about any young leaders who might emerge soon. She's also curious about Florida and Texas and the summer and sort of what's going to happen, especially around hurricanes and things like that. I'm also going to take another look and see about Biden's VP. I'm getting a good feeling, but I want to check again. In the meantime, everybody, I just want to say please wear your masks when you go outside. There are many reasons to wear a mask. One of them is you could save somebody's life, right? It might be somebody you know or somebody you don't know. The other reason is that it's a really great message. Look, if we all go show up at rallies wearing these masks, right, that make a point, here you go. You know, you don't really need to say more, right? If you have this mask on, it says it all. And you notice this is a huge advantage over Trump supporters. You know, people who are Trump supporters, they don't want to wear a mask at all. So here you've got this free advertising right here to let everybody know what you're thinking. Right now, obviously, I'd really love it if you buy my masks, the ones that I went to Redbubble and designed. If you can do that, great. If not, I really don't care as much. I just want this message to go out. There is no reason why Black Lives Matter shouldn't go to Redbubble. You probably know better artists than me or cheaper places to make it. I just use Redbubble. But find out and make them as soon as possible. This is direct messaging and it's really, really effective. And again, it's going to save somebody's life, right? I implore you, please, especially if you're going to rallies, the cameras are noticing. They are noticing that mostly, most people who are at protests are wearing masks, but Trump supporters are not. We need to continue to make this distinction. As a matter of fact, this guy, Lawrence Nathaniel, just called off one of the protests in South Carolina because of concerns that they were spreading the virus. This message is really important. It shows that people who are protesting, people who are asking to change things, care more about individuals in our culture than the president does. So please consider this, and it's really easy. You can go to places like Redbubble and design them yourself. Imagine a mask that just said George Floyd on it. You don't need to say any more, and you just get a picture of you. It's going to be all over the place, right? So I really want to encourage you to do that. Let's take a look at, first of all, Lena's questions. Lena's like, look, we need an AOC type person to emerge here. Is that going to happen? And let's see, because I kind of see AOC. And we're just also wondering, why is the Democratic Party so quiet right now? Why are they always so wimpy? They're just trying to play politics here and be careful. Why aren't they out there every day, saying, like, look, this is crazy. Why don't they go out there and, tell people, to wear masks like I just did and, have these events? They're powerful people. Where are they going with this? And I get AOC, and as Lena and I kind of suspected, they've just told her, okay, could you be really quiet up until the election? We don't want you to scare people. And she's kind of rolling her eyes, but she's acquiescing, right? So understand that a lot of this is going to stay quiet until the election. They don't want to terrify anybody who's kind of a centrist and might not vote for them, and Trump says it all. Do I get any other new people? I kind of get that some leaders are emerging in the actual field of protest. What's interesting is they're black and white. And in the middle, there just does seem to be actually people on the grassroots level who are emerging. They're not getting national coverage. Yeah, I think it really is just a question of timing. In a couple of months, I feel like things will change. All of us wish things would change sooner, but they're just playing it really, really safe. Everybody understands what's at stake here. The life and death of the democracy, the life and death of perhaps millions of people is at stake here. So all of those progressive kind of radical elements have really been sort of kept quiet for a while. You might wish that they were more open and talkative. I do. But I think there is a political reason why they're doing it, and it's just temporary. In 4 months or so, they're going to get really loud as these crisis intensifies. And the crisis is going to intensify around the election. It's going to be a really tough month surrounding the election of constantly fighting to get people the right to vote, and also very difficult, just difficult to watch, difficult to constantly be on guard, tensions surrounding voting. I mean, in some places, people are going to be a little bit afraid to vote because they're going to be afraid of what's going to be there to meet them. But I do see a lot of people overcoming this fear. Right? Do I get any real? Again, I think there are leaders out there, but we're not going to see them on a national scale until after the election. And then I do sort of get AOC as it. Rashida, too, maybe that is representative. I also get the feeling that maybe more progressives are being born as we speak. So let's take a look at Florida. And she again was thinking of Florida as a, sort of an epicenter for weather issues. Because I do see a lot of things going on there. It's like a wave. I don't know if that's a political wave or a wave from a hurricane. Here's what I see though. Both sides of Texas. It's like maybe they're two separate. Maybe one's COVID and one's the other. It's like almost like they're being compressed. So one on the eastern side, big problem, covers half the a third of the state, and then from the west covers a third of the state. And there's almost just like a thin slice in the middle that is safe. I don't know if that's a hurricane or whether it's a combination of hurricane and. It feels like that's the feeling. It feels like it's a combination of those two things. And chaotic. Yeah, be very careful if you live in Florida. It just doesn't look great. And I don't want people to panic here or anything. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. But psychologically, it's going to be a very difficult place to live because you'll be surrounded by fear. The thing that you can do in that situation is be very rational, be very logical. Don't, go right to the scientists. Don't trust that government because the government isn't going to be there to help you. Yeah, trust in the science. If you trust in the science, you'll be okay. But those who don't will be in trouble. And it does look like at least a portion of this is weather. And I think something is going to happen in July. All right. Anything more, Spirit? Nope, I'm not getting anything more for Florida. All right, and I did, also we're going to look at Texas. Coastal spots. There are all these spots along the coast that look like they're a problem. Like the coast is just dot, 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 dot. Which makes you again think that there'll be some weather patterns that are problematic because they're right along the coast. I feel like it is going to be something like a hurricane. I don't think it's going to come in July, though. It might be August, even September. The real problem with this is all those people on the coast are going to have to be moving around. So once whatever environmental issues happen, they'll be pushed into the state, and then they're moving around, and then the virus is moving around, and it's going to create more problems, and it will be a mess. I don't know anything about the governorship, but I think the governorship will be actually in jeopardy. At least the leadership, I don't even know when they vote for governor, but the leadership looks like it's in trouble. And this actually might be the thing that flips it from Republican to Democrat. All right, I'm getting a lot of COVID in the United States. And I'm still getting pretty high numbers for COVID. That hasn't changed. I mean, I saw 500,000 people, maybe more, a couple of months ago. I'm still getting that. And it is going to be a little bit more about the South, and that's, Southern California all the way to Florida. It's interesting. The very southern tip of Florida seems okay, which seems to be contradictory. I don't know why that is. But somehow the very southern tip is not somehow in as much trouble, nor is the north of Florida. It's right in the middle where they're having the most problems. It's just like a squeeze. All right, Spirit. What about Biden's VP? I'm going to try to clear out my own bias here. Biden's VP. I do still get Stacey Abrams as the front runner. There seem to be others that are being considered. But when I see Stacey Abrams, she's dancing, right? She looks quite awesome, actually. She looks very positive. Like, I'd vote for her just to watch her dance like this because she looks so benevolent. I can't really go beyond that. She just looks like somebody that, yeah, I'm excited, but it's not all about me. But she just gives me a real feeling of benevolence, of a person who cares about others. And she's smart. I really like it that she doesn't look like, your stereotypical politician, and that's not just on race. She doesn't give me the feeling of being. She just doesn't feel like a politician. She feels like a volunteer, like a person who's really going to help others because she believes it's right. Yeah. And this sort of state of caring about others is really a sort of a grace that she has. It's really sort of bringing her more power because her heart is in the right place. So go Stacey. I hope it's you. I'm not saying for sure that it is, but I feel like she's number one in the running. Let's just put it that way. All right. Okay. Thanks so much for watching.